stream.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, so my question was, I think I've seen a record that you did stream at one point on Twitch. Is that something you do from time to time?
No.
No.
That was
okay.
probably just me testing.
Oh, okay.
I have not actually streamed yet. So.
No. Okay, that's fine. I wasn't sure. So that's cool.
But when I'm trying to figure stuff out, I guess apparently you have to go live. So.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I know we're streaming. I'm going. I'll be right back.
No worries.
I'm gonna make sure that
got some time
because I'm hosting you, so I want to make people know I'm online and hosting you.
Ah, nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Hello, chat. If you're joining us,
There you go.
Welcome in. We got TubaDudes about to host the stream. That's
so now my thousands of followers will know that I'm online and hosting.
I love it. I love it though. It's pretty good.
Well, it's kind of fun and weird that I have followers and I haven't really streamed yet. So.
No, I know. I know there are a number of people that do that, that have that are just like on there for chat or on there for mod, and they have followers anyway. I think that's hysterical.
Well, people will if I'm modding or they'll shout out and people will follow me. It's like, okay, cool.
It's nice of them to do because you never know. You never know when that moment comes that you will want to stream, and then when you do, you're gonna have an audience already because they're all following you. So that's really
assuming they want to actually watch.
I think we'll find out in the next few minutes. It should be really entertaining. So
Turbos first.
Swimmy is in the house. I demand the stream has both dudes and tuba. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you gotta you have dudes and tuba at the same time. Let's make that happen.
At the same time, it's over there.
Okay.
So. Once again, hold on.
Oh, you're gonna get it. Look at this. Look at this. Well, the folks on the stream can't look at anything right now. They just see a sandwich. But it is coming. Believe me. It should be really exciting. So all of you who have joined us already, thank you very much. We have a lot of shout-outs to give you at the top of the show, too. So we'll do that as well once we start officially. Okay. Now, that's really fun. So let me see if I can find my intro music. I found it. Okay. Yeah, I think we're ready to go. Well, one thing I'm going to do tonight. Well, let's do that in the official open.
And technically, it's a euphonium because the tuba is just way too big.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no sweat. So we're going to have some form of tuba tonight. This is exciting, and we'll all see that.
I might just be show and tell.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, see, no one else saw that yet, but
it's okay.
You all will see it in just a minute. All right. Okay, I'm pretty much ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Sandwich Show. My name is Davy, and of course, I eat sandwiches. It's good to have you back, and I got to shower some love to a lot of people as we begin our program today. This has been really quite a week, and I wanted to. I noticed a whole lot of people have followed this channel in the last couple of days or so. It's pretty. I'm rather flattered by it, and thank you so much for being a part of it. All of you in chat, all of you who tuned in, and all you guys were on yesterday to see the collab with Laura. That's really fun. So we have our first guest coming up, but let me just quickly shout out these folks first. Okay, so many people followed us yesterday. Christine873, Young Subby has following us. Amazing.
Wow.
The Real Tom Martin 123. Tyson Leslie's following the Sandwich Show, and then my friend from another sports world, Sandy Cat, is followed and subscribed with Prime. My goodness, Sandy, thank you. Hippies in Love and Lang Louie are new to the Sandwich Show party. So thanks to all of you. Super cool. We'll do shout outs for all you guys when we can. I'll shout out Subby for sure. there's Subby, and there's Tyson. There you go. Those are the two newest members of the Sandwich Show fam. And now I'm going to introduce our next very cool guest. And he is a moderator for the Laura Wiley Piano channel. And you see him.
Actually, I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm a VIP for Laura.
Fascinating. You're a VIP. But he is TubaDudes. Welcome to the show. How's it going tonight?
Hey, guys.
Super cool to have you with us.
Don't watch that. There's a video delay.
Welcome in, everybody. And we see that Swimmy's already on the chat with us. Nice to meet all of you guys here. This is really fun. So you don't actually mod the channel. I didn't realize that. So you're just a VIP, a devotee of the Laura Wiley piano experience. Super cool. So if you don't mod her channel, who do you mod?
Yeah. Bill Larkin.
Okay.
Jen Porter.
Jen Porter. Okay, cool.
That piano chick.
Okay.
Kayleen Dolan.
All right.
Kitty CEA.
Oh, you're on Kitty's channel. That's cool.
Yeah. And a couple of other people whose names I won't mention because they didn't survive.
I was just on Kitty's channel just minutes ago before starting this system up, and she's very fun. So that's cool that you get to be part of that. That's really cool. So what do you do in IRL life other than going on Twitch? I know you're involved with a band. You have a tuba. I'd love to see it.
I do. You want to see my tuba? My tuba's over there. You're gonna see my euphonium, actually.
That's a pretty good facsimile, though. Somebody
will call it baritone.
Okay.
There's a difference between a baritone and a euphonium. A baritone is the same bore size all the way through.
Okay.
Whereas opposed to a euphonium starts skinny and just gets fatter. It gives a warmer sound.
That's awesome. That's good that you point out that distinction. I'd love to hear the differences in them. I'm sure one is a higher register and one's a lower register, but I think that'd be really fun.
Between the baritone and the tuba? Between the baritone and well, maybe later.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't have to do it immediately, but at some point, maybe I can look at it on my own time. We can check that out. Yeah. Aaron is in the chat. Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the show. Nice.
Aaron.
Bill Larkin is following us. Yes. Thank you so much for following the Sandwich Show. We hope we don't disappoint you. I guess that's all I would say to that. So, but if TubaDudes is here, I don't think we're gonna have too much disappointment on this night. So it should be fun.
There's no pressure. Cool.
I know it. Same for me, man. So, that's really great. And now, when you talk about being in a band, I'm curious as to what kind of a band you are in and what kind of music do you play?
What kind of band? It's a rock and roll band, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
Guitars, singers,
all right.
2 drummers. I play keyboards.
Okay.
It's a very wide variety. We play a lot of Grateful Dead, which is what I like.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
Evanescence.
Ooh.
We play Queen, Mumford & Sons, Stray Cats, Alanis Morissette, Rolling Stones, Ramones, Queen, I said Queen already, Blind Melon, some Elton John, Bad Religion, Pucifer, Government Mule. It's quite the variety.
I love that list. That's a great list. That covers like 5 decades. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool. Now, I'm good for all those shows. Now, where do you guys go? So you guys go to like cocktail bars and other places? I'm sure there's a whole variety of places where you would perform, but where can we find you most of the time?
It's been a year, so
right.
There's not a whole lot of places locally to play.
Okay.
They've gone up to Kernville, where we have a gig end of July at a restaurant north of Fresno. So it's kind of wherever we can get a gig. We're not in it for the money.
Got it.
We have fun, so wherever we get a gig.
That's kind of cool. It's like what they said in Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing. You guys got a daytime job. You're doing all right? More or less?
Yeah.
Good time.
Which is why I support my Twitch streamers, because I'm not making a living doing it, so I can support them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I know that for when the pandemic hit, it was really tough times for a lot of folks who make a living doing that sort of thing, and so you feel really bad. I mean, and live music is everywhere in our lives, or it was leading up to the to the pandemic, and so I was like bumming out. Then I find out that people started up these revolutions on Twitch. I think it's great, and tell us about your discovery of it.
I never would have met all these people if it wasn't for Twitch. I actually started a friend of mine through I don't know if it was Quarantine Keys. Shoot, can't remember. Anyway, you got to check out this guy Bill Larkin. He's really funny. Mm-hmm. So I watched him on Facebook for 6 months, and then he moved to Twitch, and then from there with the raids and all that, and all these people I mod for, and all the other people I watch, have happened since then.
That's great. And Bill, I'm gonna follow you too. Just give me a sec here. I just want to make sure that I find your channel. I think I found it. You're being followed.
Bill Larkin Music.
Yeah. I owe it to you. So welcome to. I'm happy to be a part of your world too, and much thanks. So and seriously, that it's really nice of you to be in the mix on the chat. So yeah, that's really great. And then, so who was the first channel that you were? It was Bill, and then after Bill, who came next? Like, who were the next ones?
I think it was Elisa Carlson.
Elisa Carlson.
Yeah.
The Taco Club. Love it.
Yes, Taco Tuesdays.
Taco Tuesdays, and they can do it every day too. Like they do it on other days as well. So I think.
Yep.
Never a bad time for tacos.
Then I think it was Laura.
Okay.
And then I can't remember the order of the rest. I found Kayleen because Bill asked me if I wouldn't mind moderating for Kayleen, so we did that.
Cool. Love it.
And who knows? You know, Tyson and all those guys just.
It does come in as a blur after a while. Like I think, you start like one and the other. And I mentioned to other folks before, like my path was like Justin Evelyn, Brookstone Bards, or maybe Laura Wiley was second actually, and then Brookstone was like third, and then Danny, and then you kind of go from there. And as you and Aaron makes a great point. Aaron says raids are such a good way to meet new people and find new talents. And I literally found Danny through a raid. So yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, that's a great call. So
I follow like 300. It's kind of hard to keep track, but
I can't even count it. I must be at least 300 by now. Like every day I see like at least half a dozen people on stream at any one time. And then like during the morning when there's nobody, I'm like, what's going on? Why is there nobody streaming? It's like you feel like something's wrong, but it is always cool to see your friendly faces up there. So
they're musicians. They don't wake up early.
That's true. That's true. But you think you're like, well, maybe Carrie Ann might because she's in Great Britain, or somebody like that who's across the pond. But yeah, you're right.
Well, for a while, Casey was streaming in the morning. He's in LA, and he was like waking up at 4 a.m. and streaming. But I don't know what his schedule is now.
I gotcha. Yeah. Oh, question for you: are you familiar with John Massey Noodlin? Because that's a guy that's around. I think he's around California too.
I follow him too.
Yeah. Likewise. Those are cool tunes. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I guess he used to play for Disney. So
okay, it's a good gig
at Disneyland. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Mitzi Alcazar also used to be used to be at Disneyland, which is that's a heck of a gig.
It's opening. It's opening.
Oh, well, hopefully they can make their way back. I mean, they're very talented people. Clearly, I mean, it's really great to see. So I'd be happy to see them back there. I'll go over there and pay a visit. It'd be fun. Yeah, that's awesome. That really is. Is there a genre, like the genres that you see represented on Twitch are very wide, and there's so many different types. And I guess you've outlined some of the bands you play that, or the covers that you do, and some of the musics that you are a fan of. But is there a genre of in Twitch music that you got into that you weren't a fan of, or you weren't that big on before?
I don't know if I could narrow it down. Okay. But just like, you know, I guess I had heard of dueling piano bars, never been to one. So just, you know, all the popular music that these guys play, just stuff, you know, like from the 70s, 80s that I may have listened to, but now it's, and a lot of the guys have played the same song, so it's nothing that comes to mind at the moment. I was never really into prog rock, but I listen to Kenny because he's fun to watch.
Yeah, Kenny's great. Kenny's great. He's got so much technology too. He's got like clips of, you got like drummers on archive that you can play along with, and it's really fun. Yeah, I actually came into this as already like a fan of the prog rock genre, but you can't have it in it all. You can't be in on it all the time because it can get you a little overbearing if you keep listening to those like 90-minute, like those 25-minute songs, and it's like, dang, dude.
Well, I can't complain about that since I'm a deadhead, and you know.
Right. No, understood.
90-minute songs. So.
You know, as prog rock goes, by the way, so since you've grown into it, I mean, wouldn't Deadhead be kind of in that part of it? No, because it's more bluesy. Yeah, that makes sense. Because prog rock would be more like Yes and ELP and that sort of.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense. But it's kind of the same. That's in terms of like the ability to jam. It is the same spirit like between Yes. Yes did kind of get
jam bands.
Yeah. I
mean, I think that Dead took it to another level that most people didn't.
Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're a Deadhead, favorite album?
Yeah. Sorry, did I say that online?
No, you can say that a lot. We can cuss on this.
I'd say American Beauty.
That's great. That's great.
And that's a good album to turn people who say, I don't like the Dead. Yeah, listen to this. And
it is a good.
It'll turn people on to liking the Grateful Dead. So.
I love that call. I have that album, and it is the only one I have, but it is a good call because, like you said, it's a good for the uninitiated. It kind of is like a good introduction because it doesn't get too crazy. You know, it's got a lot of radio favorites and even some classics. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I like that. That's cool. That's a good one. Let's see. Catching up in chat. Aaron says, Can they maybe make a visit to Disney World too? I mean, you know, in a perfect world, I hope so. She adds, a lot of dueling piano people helped me learn the names of songs I knew but didn't know the title of. Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah. Bill Larkin says, I've tuned into Kenny's shows more than any other. And yeah, I think a lot of people have, because were you on the stream when he did like I think it was Pink Floyd The Wall, or was it Pink Floyd?
Yeah.
And he had 20,000 people on that stream.
Yep, that was like the week before he had gotten raided by some Wall Street group, and like he got 7,000 people raided him.
Wow!
And because of that, he made it to the front page.
Yep.
And 20,000 people wound up following him that day.
That's incredible.
Or watching him. I don't know if they all followed him.
Yeah, I mean, they followed him in like the immediate thing. They immediately followed into him, but they didn't necessarily click the follow button. But yeah, no, that was a great show. That was unbelievable. I wish well, now that all the VODs are gone, I can't get to it, but I would love to have gone back to that because that was a fun show for sure.
Are all the VODs gone? Have they eliminated them, or are people just taking them down?
People are just taking them down. I think they're just acting out of an abundance of caution. This has been a big topic on Twitch in the last.
And it actually pisses me off.
It does me too. It's just so inconsistent. Why is it okay on YouTube and not on Twitch? Like, it's literally the same thing. Like, I don't really get it.
Well, shall we go back to the question you asked and we skipped what I do in real life?
Oh, okay, go for it.
I'm an intellectual property attorney.
Oh, interesting.
So, patents, trademarks, and copyrights. So I've been looking into this issue with the VODs. I mean, there's different kinds of copyright licenses. Mm-hmm. So it's possible that since Twitch is, they don't make a lot of money. They don't have the money to pay for the mechanical license to be able to play the VOD back. But the fact that they're the ones who supply the technology to be able to make a VOD, I think they're just scaring people. I don't know. If I had them, I would wait until I got the notice and then take them down. Yeah. Although I guess some people are worried that they'll get the notice and they'll take their Twitch away. So
yeah, some people have gotten the notice. The Bards specifically did get it, thanks to Don Henley. Damn you, Henley! But
yeah.
Oh, Tintam, hello, welcome to the show. How's it going? Fitness Gal, welcome in as well. Hey, how's it going? Say hello to TubaDudes. TubaDudes is here with us today.
Hey guys.
Hope you're doing all right. And it's just, it's a real. I think you're right. I think people are just kind of looking out ahead of each other. They don't. The thing that's really tough with with Twitch is that there are only 3 copyright strikes. It's like, you only get 3? That seems so small. Like, you get 1, and it's like you get 2 more and you're gone. And I don't know if they get to roll them back or what, but that seems unreasonable. So, I mean, I'll tell you what. Like, I've put up YouTubes before, you know, pre Sandwich Show, and I deal with it too. Like, they would mute my video because it had like a certain song that they didn't like, or they thought and so it's annoying. But I think they are very strict in the way they handle it here on the Twitch, and it's inconsistent. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, because I posted recordings of a marching band on YouTube.
Yeah,
and we got a warning.
Really?
I didn't even know about it. It was sitting there. And
the worst. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, I mean, come on now. I mean, that's where it's getting me. It's like, it's one thing when you like have the actual song in the clear. Like, I kind of understand that. Okay, you're utilizing something that you should have been paying for. You should have been paying a license for, and putting that up there. But when you talk about something you're just playing a cover of, I mean, that's just excessive. It's like, because it has the same notes. I mean, it's fine, but
technically, yeah, you need a license.
Yeah, it stinks though.
Legally.
I hear you. Now you would know. I hear that. Yeah. But it's just unfortunate that they would say you can do it live. And actually, funny thing about that, Tuba, this is the first question I asked when I learned about people doing music on Twitch. I'm like, can they do this? Is this allowed under copyright issue? And, then I read that, yeah, you can do it live. I'm like, okay, cool. I think we're good with that. But then the issue of VODs came, and that's where the complications are. So.
Well, the live, it's the same kind of license that a bar pays to BMI and ASCAP and all those guys to be able to perform musical pieces. But it's just the performance.
Right. But, I mean, really? Like, you have one little recording of some guy from a piano bar doing a performance of it? Well, I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. You would know more than me, but I don't know. Tintam says, "Hey, Stuart, is that your name?"
Yeah.
We got a reveal. We got your name. We all have another.
Most people know it. So.
All right, no sweat. We have a new emote as well. Here are the emotes we have so far. The new emote is oof. So Aaron discovered it. And, if you want to jump in on that, feel free to subscribe, and you can have in on it, too. Oh, thank you, Swimmy. Yeah, those are fun. The oofs will be utilized quite a bit during our gaming streams. Oh, yeah, the Tuba Yuba name reveal, indeed. And Aaron...
I just lost my Twitch feed. Not a big deal. I can't read chat. So.
Oh.
Hold on, give me a minute.
See if you can get it back. I'll go read some of the stuff off.
There it is.
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool.
I don't know what I touched.
No, sounds good. Aaron says, personally, I feel like if the streamer themselves are playing the music themselves and singing themselves, it should be allowed. Yeah, I mean...
Well, like I said, I can't really do it on company time, but I have to read the terms of service, and I have a copyright lawyer friend that just... Because they're doing a recording. So it seems like they're making you infringe to a certain extent. So
that's a good way to put it, I guess. Yeah, I think that's why some people were saying that they understand the situation, but it still stinks. It's just funny that they only arrived at this a year after it started to take off. It's like,
right. Well, because it's popular, so now they can they can either make money somehow, or maybe they're getting more threats. I don't know. I would think that if Amazon came down and said, no, we're going to allow this, it would happen, but I'm not sure what their motivation is.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm going to do a couple things here. Somebody wants a Turbo Swim name drop. Well, I've been thinking about it from A to Z. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that right now, but it could be in the offering within short order. I've been thinking about it. I mean, we will see if it happens. Anyway, back to business. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, you can still see them live. That's fine. It's just going to be tricky because some of these channels don't do YouTubes and some do. And it's like, Laura's channel's good because she's been doing the YouTube forever, even before. And technically speaking, I have YouTube as well. But I don't think there's as much of an issue with this show because we mostly talk and play video games, but yeah, you just feel bad.
Well,
oh, go ahead.
So the question is video games. I mean, that's art, that's work. Do they have a license to be able to stream video games and play back the recording? I don't know.
I mean, if
they should have one.
They should, and I feel like the gaming companies are in on it. But then you have the case of Nintendo, who's just so strict about their content that you can't do Nintendo on Twitch. This is something we've talked about before on the Sandwich Show. It's just, it's Nintendo's kind of really shooting themselves in the foot with that, because it's like, well, then how are people going to find out about your games? How are they going to know? I guess you could go to YouTube, but it's not the same thing. It's not, because you don't get the full nuance of the game when you don't see when someone play it the entire, for more than like 2 minutes. Like, I think it's
right.
But it is what it is. And Swimmy says you actually do in some cases. Actually do.
Do what?
That'd be interesting. I guess you're talking about the license. I see. Many games actually have a stream clause built in. Okay. So the newer games are probably fine. I can't speak to what I'm going to be doing with all my old arcade games, but we'll see how that develops to see if Bandai comes after me for playing all their games in the last month. And I'll do a different one this time though, so we'll see how that goes. Aaron says, "Yeah, seeing someone play it live makes people excited to get it themselves." Absolutely. I mean, we saw League of Legends built on live gameplay for years and streams, and that was a lot of fun. And you see tournaments for League of Legends, and that gets a lot of hype. It's like, you need to let this happen. Like, I think you're promoting yourself by doing so. Yeah. Oh, well, they're playing the game, but you can't play the game. You're just watching it. It's like totally different. So I totally see that. All right, Tuba, let's lighten this up a bit. You talk about music. Who have been your favorite acts to see in person? Whether it's like people or famous bands and folks like that. Like, who have been some of your favorite acts to watch? Besides The Dead, I think is a clear one.
Besides The Dead.
Besides The Dead, yeah.
Have I seen anybody besides The Dead? Yeah, I guess I have. Once or twice. I've seen Billy Joel live.
Oh, nice.
Paul
Okay.
Simon.
Nice, yes.
Hot Tuna.
Hot Tuna, wow.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Up in New Paltz, New York.
Ooh.
At the State University in New Paltz, in the gym. I like classical music.
Okay.
So seeing live orchestras, I quite enjoy that. Not a big fan of ballet.
But no shame in that, honestly. I'm not the biggest ballet fan either, so it's fine.
But some of the music's all right, but I wouldn't go to the ballet to hear the music.
Yeah, right on. That's a good, decent selection. Can you name any particular concerts that have been like memorable, either good or bad? But I would say, what have been some of your favorites over the years?
Okay. May 6th, 1979, Penn State, Grateful Dead.
Ooh.
Is that particular enough? They played the full Terrapin Station, which I guess it had just come out, so it was special. I saw Van Morrison up in Buffalo, and
nice.
In between he had a drinking problem, so in between verses, because of where our seats were, you could see him run off stage, vomit into a bucket, and come out and keep singing, and that happened the whole night.
Dude,
it was amusing. It probably took a little away from the concert, but that was kind of memorable.
Well, at least you remember it. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
The moments, even if they're not necessarily positive ones in his case.
Yep.
He's really good, though. You know what's funny?
Yes.
When did you first find out that Van Morrison is Irish, or I believe he's Irish, yeah?
I'd say right away.
You figured it out right away. Okay.
Yeah.
It took me a bit, but that's really cool. Yeah. He's got a great voice, though.
Yeah. Yes.
Really sultry, bluesy voice. And yet, like he's totally from Ireland, so it's really cool. Pretty cool. Aaron says, "Oh, I wish I could see Billy Joel live. And I'm curious as to whether he's going to keep doing that. Like, he might have the residency still at the Garden in New York.
At the MSG?
Yeah. I would say that if he goes back to that, Aaron, go see him because it's like a really good show live. Even now, like even at like 70, he's like a really good show live.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting. It's like, well, you know the song, yeah, but he's fun. Like he really interacts with the crowd. He really hypes everybody up. I mean, he's really funny. Like all the stuff he says between the songs. So I think it's worth it.
And I heard that they do not sell front row tickets to his concerts. He will send people up to the worst seats and bring them down to the first row.
I'm familiar with
that way
this.
he knows people who want to be there and are excited to be there. They were willing to go into the nosebleeds, and they're more excited to see it in the front row. So as opposed to the people who could just fork over $1,000 a ticket and sit there drinking their wine.
Yeah, I've heard about that, and that's a great tradition, and I'm glad that he does that. He's reaching out to the people in that area. Mm-hmm. And one thing about his concerts that people may not know is that near the end, he does a little medley of songs that pertain to the market he's in. So if it's New York, he does New York stuff. If he's in Boston, he does some Boston songs. If he's in Memphis, he does like a little Elvis, probably some Memphis stuff. So you never know what you're going to get with any of his shows, regardless of where he is. Mm-hmm. So it's always a cool thing about him.
Well, that was the thing about the Dead, not to go back to them. People would tell me, how can you go, and because I'd follow him up and down the East Coast. Mm-hmm. You see him, 5 nights a week. But it's never the same concert.
That's really cool.
Just not the same songs, and even if they play the same songs, they play them totally differently. So
what do you think are the challenges of a band like being able to mix it up that frequently? Because wouldn't they eventually do they worry about like forgetting a song or kind of losing a grip on it?
They forget lyrics all the time.
Oh, okay.
Or at least they used to. Maybe now I haven't seen Bobby and Friends or the Dead, as they call themselves. They may have iPads with the lyrics on it now. I don't know, but
yeah, it's hard to say. I will say that but it is really remarkable that they can do that. Like they can do like 4-hour shows. Like most bands most acts will do maybe an hour and a half or 2. But I've heard the legend of like Dead shows going 3, 4. What's the longest one you can remember?
It's probably about 4 hours. The first set was 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Half an hour break, and then they came back for another 2.5 hours.
Ooh, man. That is fun. I mean, you can really get your money's worth with it. And then encores. I'm sure there are. Oh, it's got to be encores, right?
Yes. Usually just one, sometimes 2. Depends on the crowd.
Yeah. No, that's a cool. No wonder they're so popular live. Like that's really great.
Yeah.
Like you truly get a unique show, and it's something you can't really replicate on a record or maybe a little bit on YouTube, but it's just not the same. Yeah. They
have live recordings, but it's not the same. And back in the days, they had a taper section. They allowed people to come in and tape their concerts, and you traded them, and it was great.
Yeah, I feel it. Fitness Scout 2012, Tuba, are you a performer? We got into that a little bit. Yeah, he is a performer. He performs piano. And you mentioned you have the tuba, you had the baritone. What other instruments do you play?
Do I have to play them well?
No, I mean do you which ones would you play regularly in your gigs, wherever they may be?
Oh, just pretty much just keyboards.
Okay. Yeah. But here's a follow-up. Okay. So what other instruments have you tried playing? Maybe you're not so great at it, but what other instruments do you like take a dab?
If I could move the camera.
All right.
I've got a cello, I've got a banjo, I've got 3 ukuleles, I've got a guitar.
Whoa.
I've got 2 accordions, euphonium, tuba, piano behind me.
Yep.
We'll stick with that. Should I say trumpet? Yeah. Trumpet, yeah.
Sounds pretty good. Fitness Scout says, "Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, that's amazing. I agree with everybody. It's a wide variety of instruments. I mean, I think if you just spent an hour, or a couple hours, just like, just trying like a little bit of one, a little bit of another one, a little bit of another one, a little bit of another, it'd be a good show. I pay money for that."
Well, that's when I stream. That's going to be the plan.
Nice. coming. I can feel it.
Well, it
The
is
Tuba
coming.
Dudes experience.
Well, I'm trying to get together accompaniments for the euphonium stuff,
Okay.
and that I'm playing with MIDI and my DAW, and it's taking longer than I had planned. But
Got it. Well, I'll tell you this, Tuba. When Tuba Yuba, when it happens, I'm there. We are there. I know Bill will be there.
Aaron started something. Okay.
Aaron says, "Wow." Fitness
Tuba
Gal
Yuba.
says, "What kind of gigs? Yeah, what kind of gigs would you normally perform? Like just to refresh for our audience."
Bars.
Oh, okay.
Wineries, restaurants.
Mm-hmm. Well, I see wineries working out. Like, imagine you're in Temecula doing. Have you been to Temecula? Have you done Temecula shows?
I have been. I have not played.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be a good set, especially for like something kind of smooth or something laid back, like the Dead might be. That would be a really fun venue for that sort of thing. Yeah, everybody loves your gigs. They love your idea of gigs. So, yeah, that's really cool.
All right, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, that's really nice. Do you have socials? I don't recall if you were on Instagram. I think you are. I thought I followed you.
I am not.
No, you're not. Okay.
I am not. And I mean, I Facebook, but not as TubaDudes.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So,
Makes
and
sense.
I don't do Twitter.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. No, no worries. But you know.
MySpace. I got a MySpace.
Okay. Is that still around? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
I think it is.
Okay.
I did have one way back when. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We all did. Yeah. Who were in your top 6 spaces back in the day, or was it top 8? It was top 8. Yeah. Who do you remember offhand, like who you had in your top 8, or did you really think about it?
My top 8. What?
In MySpace, back when there was MySpace. MySpace was like a social scenario.
No.
No.
The dementia has definitely taken over that kind
Oh,
of
okay. No worries. No problem. Those were the days like you thought you made it because you made somebody's top 8.
Yep.
You're like, damn, I'm doing the things. I'm on somebody's top 8.
Damn.
Aaron says, I don't ever do Twitter. I regret having it. You know, I think a lot of people end up with the same opinion. It's true. It's so true. And Aaron says, I was not allowed to have MySpace. Understood. You know, MySpace was a while ago. Like, that's almost 20 years ago now. So,
Probably. Yeah.
a billion years ago. And Facebook was just like that, but it was better. And then, like, Instagram is, like, way better version of even that. So, and Facebook is whatever, you know.
And even though I do Facebook, for some reason, the fact that Facebook owns Instagram is, I don't want to do that.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
It's just a weird connection.
Well, it's fair. I mean, Facebook can be its own cesspool too. To be completely honest, I stay on it because my family.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
We've seen it. Like it's so much hate on there. It's just and a lot of stupid stuff and fake stuff. It gets annoying. So, but I keep up with my friends and family there. And that's why I keep it around. But I'm not on there very much. Like I'm just like doing the Messenger mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Let's see. All right. Hey, wow, it's already 5:35. Well, that means one thing. Let's get to it. In this bag I have for you, the moment you've all been waiting for, everybody. And to do this properly, I'm going to turn up the piano, and we will start the segment everyone tunes into coast to coast, and it is no, not that one. There we go. The sandwich of the week. And this week the sandwich is a little bit of a twist. Tuba, you're gonna love this. I have in this bag.
Did you get napkins?
I hope so. Because if I don't, this is gonna get messy. This is gonna be a particularly messy edition of Sandwich of the Week. Very, very messy. So the sandwich of the week this week is if I can unravel this. Oh my god, there's so much to unravel here. Okay. It is a torta. The answer to how do you make a taco into a sandwich? And here it is.
That's huge.
Carne asada. Yeah. And this is just half of it. There you go. It's got full of guacamole and lettuce and tomatoes, and it is ready to roll. And let's go ahead and have a bite of this now.
Where's mine?
Right here.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
I gotta send it across to you though.
Yep.
You got it?
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you.
Beauty.
I won't eat on screen though.
And by the way, this comes from a place called Tacos Por Favor. It's here on the west side. It's our go-to for Mexican food. West side's not as great in Mexican food area as other places, but it's still pretty good. This is good. This is a very good sandwich. The torta is definitely a winner. So, if you ever want one, Tacos Por Favor. Good stuff.
Okay. I'll have to drive down.
So I imagine you've had some tortas in your life?
Yes. There's very limited cuisine out here in Ridgecrest, but for some reason we have like 6 Mexican restaurants, not including Taco Bell or Del Taco.
It's not nothing though. I mean, Taco Bell, Del Taco is pretty good. So I'm down with that.
I prefer Del Taco French fries.
Ah, yeah, the crinkles. Those are good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Most people think French fries from a taco place, but they're really good.
Mm-hmm. Guys, you don't know what you're missing. All those of you on the East Coast and Midwest do not have any feel for like what Del Taco is. It's like a way better version of Taco Bell. You gotta check it out.
Yeah.
No, Aaron, they don't actually count, but they are cool. They're cool to have around because they're good in a pinch. But yeah,
and they're open 24/7. So.
Oh, yours is open 24/7. Really? That's pretty good. Mine is not, but that is good to know that they can do that. Do it that way. God, this is a good sandwich. Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, and when you come back from a gig at 4 a.m, it's either that or Denny's. So.
No, you don't want the Denny's. I mean, Denny's is okay. No. Denny's is okay, but I think you'd rather have the Taco Bell in that scenario. Absolutely. Yep. Okay. So, what's your favorite thing at Taco Bell? You got a go-to?
7-layer burrito.
Ah, yeah, good stuff. And it's vegetarian. Not bad.
Yep. That's not why, but I guess. But also, you feel like you're eating healthy, sort of.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. I mean,
you can rationalize it anyway.
Yeah, 100%. So let's catch up on the chat a little bit. Okay, so Swimmy says 2003 was a simpler time. It was really a simpler time. I never really visualized in 2003 was a simple time. It was a very simple time. It was a simple time. Churro Dreams, 100% on that. And I think they have those at Del Taco too. I've never tried one, but I think they do have one. And Aaron says the only place open 24/7 around here is Wawa. Who just shit all over yesterday, but I like Wawa. I think it's cool.
Wait, who was singing the praises?
Oh, Aaron. As far as
okay,
Aaron was making the point about Wawa. Swimmy says we have traditional Mexican places now that blow all those out of the water. Del Taco is on my list though. Yeah, I mean, I do want to make that point that a traditional Mexican restaurant would like the actual like Cannon's taco. They call them street tacos, which is silly. Just call them tacos. They're tacos, all right? I mean, street is just marketing jargon. Like it's just a taco, you know.
I did once have risked my life by having a street taco in Tijuana.
Oh, why did you go? What? Well, I imagine that wasn't the reason you were there. I don't think people would go there just for a taco.
I was there for a conference in San Diego.
Okay.
And Wednesday was golf day. I don't play golf. So me and a colleague said, let's go over to Tijuana. So we took a cab down to the border, walked over. Yes, this is many years ago. And walked into Tijuana.
Wow.
And came back. Got a whole bunch of tequila.
Yep.
And I got my real Rolex watch there.
The real Rolex watch.
An actual Rolex watch for $20. What a deal.
What a deal. Did you have? That must have been some fun in the middle of that though, having the tequila and whatever else with it. We'll not speak on that specifically, but.
Well, they say stay away from the water, drink bottled water, but they take the bottled water out of a bucket of ice, so you'd have the bad water all over it.
Oh yeah.
But I survived. I didn't actually get no Montezuma's revenge.
No, thank God for that. Yeah, it's true. It can be dicey. It can be dicey. I mean,
yep.
I've been in Mexico too, obviously, and yeah, it's out there. So, So let's see. 2003 was simple. I was 5. Not a care to be found, says Aaron. Ooh. Yeah. I'm not going to say I was 5 in 2003, but it was certainly a simpler time, 100%. PDAs. Did you ever get in on that? Because that was the biggest thing in 2003. Like,
did you say PDA?
Yeah, PDAs, like Palm Pilots and
public
things like
displays of affection.
That's one way to put it. Yeah.
I did have a Palm Pilot.
Oh, okay.
Didn't last very long.
Mm.
I just never got into it.
Got it. Yeah, I worked with, like, I had to support one during a job. One of my many tech jobs I've had that I do during the day. This is back around 2005 or 6. And yeah, it seemed like a pain. It's like an iPad but without the fun. Like an iPad, at least you get music out of it. Like this thing is just for like writing notes and like spreadsheets.
Right. I mean, there was no email.
No.
It was.
But you could write
yourself notes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like you can write signatures, but I mean, there's not much else going there. So, that's sort of the kind of the casualty of it. It's kind of good that we evolved from that, because that would have been tough to deal with doing that. They had color ones. Yeah.
And I guess the last holdout kind of was the BlackBerry phone.
Yeah, that's right. Blackberries were a thing in the 2000s. Yeah.
I think they only recently disappeared.
Right. I was gonna say people were very loyal to them, and I was like, guys, get over it. Like the iPhone is like good. Like go use the iPhone or use the Samsung phone. Use an Android phone. But people are like, well, it's got the keyboard, which is a fair point. But they're so little. It's like
yeah.
It was tough to type on them, but it was okay. I mean, I think we're in a better place now as far as technology. Swimmy says, I didn't get a cell phone until 2005. Yeah. I didn't get a cell phone until... It was about 2003 when I got mine. When was your first one?
What's your definition of cell phone?
No, literally, like a cell... even like the one that had the blocky, chunky, like the flip-out
mine
thing.
is even bigger. Living out here in the desert...
Mm-hmm.
There was a shortcut you could take called Garlock Pass. Okay. And there was nothing there. And one day I broke down. my Subaru Legacy just went kaput. And I was literally stuck out in the middle of this road in the desert. And luckily, the person who stopped and gave me a ride into town with my dog and my ex-wife happened to be a Navy captain who was just driving into the desert since he'd just gotten stationed where I worked. Mm-hmm. So it could have been a mass murderer who would have, served me up a barbecue.
Yeah, who would know?
But after that, I got a bag phone.
Oh, man.
So it was, I mean, you didn't carry it around.
The brick phone. No.
Yeah. It's bigger than a brick phone.
Oh, even bigger than a brick phone. Is it like have his own little wireless, like its own radio attached to it, like that you had to hold on with a handle? Do you remember that? Like they had those. So they used to call them car phones because they would install that sort of thing in a car. Yeah. It was just such...
It essentially was a car phone.
Yeah.
You wouldn't use it. Like I said, you wouldn't take it around with you. It was... But mine was portable. It didn't get installed in the phone. I just plugged it in. But it was the same.
Well, it's neat that was available. I mean, it is neat that technology was around, so at least you could reach other people. So that's cool.
And luckily, I never needed it.
Yeah, thank God.
Because I got it in case I ever got stuck again, but nothing like that ever happened.
So what were you using for in the interim? Like, would you be on road trips like, let me call XYZ shop to see if they're open for this or that, or a restaurant or something like that? Did that ever happen? Or was it expensive?
It was expensive. You paid by the minute.
Yeah, I figured.
My first exposure to it was in law school. Mm-hmm. My moot court partner was actually married to an already established attorney, and he, after drafting our responses, we went out to dinner, and what was he driving? It had a back seat, but it was, I guess it was a Porsche. Did they have? Anyway, very expensive car, and he picked up his car phone and called ahead and made a reservation at whatever restaurant it was. I was like, wow, it's cool. And that's why I became finished law school so I could get a car.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would have, if you were asking me to guess what the brand was, I think I would have guessed BMW. But I don't know. Who knows?
Nope.
Have you ever driven a BMW? Are you a BMW guy at all?
Do I look like an asshole? Oh. Oops.
See, that was a trick question. That was absolutely where I was going. Like that. Yeah, exactly. Like, man, you see them on the roads. I am not a fan of the BMW.
When I bought my first new car, my bosses tried to convince me to get a 3 Series. I wound up getting a Honda Prelude, which I kept for 18 years.
Nice.
So
see, that's
I
awesome.
did better.
You won.
But the as I've been experiencing, the Teslas are the new BMWs as far as asshole drivers.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, so true. You see them on the road, they're like cutting in front of you and speeding as if they own the road. Oh man, and now look, I love what Tesla is. I don't love the people that drive them a lot of the time. And it's borne out. My sister was the first to point that out. Like, she thought that Tesla drivers were the biggest, boorish, most arrogant people around because of the way they drove, right? So it totally has.
Focus.
Yeah, 100%.
They're not cheap, so
no. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Look at this call from Aaron. Aaron says, "Never get in an Uber if the Uber is a Tesla." Whoa, I couldn't argue that. I never thought about that. That's a great call. Like, you see a Tesla coming in, like, nah, cancel.
Yeah, it's like, why is this Tesla owner making extra money?
Ah, even better point. Let's see. Swimmy says
maybe to pay for it. Yeah.
maybe it's the kid who has it and needs to pay for it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, you can't. This has happened to you, Aaron. Aaron says, I canceled the damn ride. Oh my gosh, yeah. And Swimmy says, my Ubers around New York are always like old beaters. Yeah, I mean, that's much more.
I thought they had like a rule that you couldn't be older than so many years if you were going to become an Uber driver.
I wonder what the number is, because like I could foresee like a Saturn still making it in the rotation. You know, it's old Saturns. The Saturn as a company isn't even around anymore. They stopped doing them about
years ago.
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
Years ago. So, and Aaron says it happened to me 4 times? Where do you live, Aaron? That many Teslas in your area? I mean, they aren't that old. Wait, are we talking about the Saturn? Oh, yeah.
Saturns.
I guess they're not that old. So 2008 was last year? Okay. That seems about right. I mean, it's a damn shame that Pontiac got canceled. Yeah, it sucks. I liked Pontiac.
Yeah.
But let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Never. And then Turbo Swim says Wawa. Not sure what that's about. Oh, okay. So you okay? Thank you for that, Swimmy. So Swimmy Googled it and said that Saturn stopped in 2009. So that's a dozen years. That's a dozen years ago. So, and Aaron says, to be honest, it was the same driver, just the one Tesla, 4 times. That is hysterical. But I guess that's not that surprising. Maybe you're not in those.
That wouldn't surprise me here because we have one Uber driver.
Right. I was just thinking that.
A Lyft driver. One in the whole town.
The whole town.
The whole town.
So if you don't like that guy or gal, forget it. You're just gonna I'll just walk. So yeah, Swimmy says, why would he keep accepting? I don't think the Tesla driver's thinking that far ahead. They're like, oh, I got a thing, and probably didn't realize it's the same person. So that's my thought. Yeah, who knows? Aaron's right. Who knows indeed. What time is it? Okay, let's go and let's continue this. I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask some questions of TubaDudes in what we call America's favorite moments. Whoa. Okay, we got to stop the music first on this other thing.
I decline to answer the advice of my attorney.
Do the best you can on America's favorite. There we go. America's favorite moment in Twitch broadcasting.
Do the dance. It's time for random questions. Great stuff. Ask us anything.
And here's Tuba Dudes for us to ask anything of. Write the word exclamation point question followed by the question itself. It goes in the queue and we answer the questions in order. So come on down. Let's hear some questions. And Swimmy says, don't like me, get a scooter B.O.B. Yeah, let's go. I'm ready to go. Yeah, I love the jingle too. You know, it's awesome that a big company like Jam Creative Productions can do a jingle like that and rework the jingle for like a little show like our show, like the Sandwich Show. So that's really cool. Do you have? Oh, here you go. Here's the first question out of the box from Aaron8686. Question. Oh, wow. So which of those many instruments you described did you learn first, Tuba?
Technically, I took piano lessons. Well, yeah, I took piano lessons. I never practiced. Starting in 2nd grade, and then in 3rd grade, I started playing trumpet, and then 4 years on trumpet, moved over to tuba. Came back to keyboards in college.
So that's the progression. That was a progression. Pretty good. Not bad. Let me see. Let me go back to the queue. And I didn't even open the queue yet, I don't think. So let me go back and open the queue first before I do anything else. Okay, the queue is officially open now. Sorry, guys. I still new pro streamer. Okay, here we go. Swimmy says, if you had to focus on solving one big world problem, what would it be and why?
I'd go with clean water.
Okay.
Just because with dirty water leads to disease and bad sanitation, so you could potentially eliminate a lot of disease and problems if you had clean water supplies. Don't ask me how, but that's what I do.
I mean, it's a very big question, and Swimmy says I like this guy. Swimmy.
I guess I could have said world peace, but
nah. I mean, something a little bit more pragmatic is actually a good call. Yeah. I like the answer too. Swimmy says saves the ocean and waters. Yeah, 100%. Swimmy is an environmental scientist. So if you weren't aware, so that's right up his right up his alley. Aaron says I want to fix the hole in the ozone layer. It's too hot.
I thought the hole's like kind of closed up.
I think that
more or less. It's definitely gotten smaller as far as I recall reading.
I think there are other issues at play that are making things too hot lately.
Yeah.
But the ozone layer, I think I did remember the same thing. But certainly there are a lot of environmental faux pas on our end that probably yielded what the climate we have today. Won't go into too much detail. So try to keep the show light if we can. Yeah. So, all right. So keep the questions coming. Those are great. That's a great start. The queue is open, and while we do this, we'll have a food fight coming up somewhere in the middle of the hour because this is a really provocative topic. I mean, we're talking. This would be something that's been debated over the years by a lot of people. So I'm curious to see where you guys stand on it. We'll get to that later. And Aaron says, "I blame Swimmy. He asked it." Well, it was a good question though. Yeah, for what it's worth. Yeah. All right. Any other questions, everybody? Well, I want to make a point that our friend TubaDudes is wearing a Daffy Duck shirt, which I think is really cool. And yeah, Daffy Duck, one of the great characters of cartoons. And it's kind of cool that we have a little Warner Brothers love. Like we were saying off air before we started, a lot of Disney is represented, but we barely hear nowadays about Looney Tunes. So. Is that your jam? Like, did you grow up in those shows as well?
Oh, yes.
Cartoons? Oh,
definitely grew up.
Super cool.
Looney Tunes, Saturday mornings.
Yep. Bugs Bunny and the Roadrunner and Daffy Duck.
Foghorn, Leghorn.
Yeah, Foghorn, Leghorn.
Chicken Hawk. Yeah.
Sylvester and Tweety.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good characters. Quite a bunch actually. So. No, that's cool. I'm glad me too. Like we had those cartoons as well, on Saturday morning still, even leading up into all the way up to the 21st century, actually. Aaron says, I love Daffy, but I was a big Tweety Bird fan as a kid.
Okay.
That's natural. Like when you're young, you really are. I mean, Tweety Bird's really a good character for like really young children. So that's always a lot of fun. Okay. Swimmy's got a very interesting question.
Oh.
And Swimmy asks, to follow up his question from yesterday, what kind of food do you eat when you're sad or what was the word? I think it was when you're not happy. Well, what kind of food do you eat when you're happy? When you're happy.
Ice cream.
Ah, love it. Love it.
Because if I'm happy, I can overcome the feelings of guilt of eating ice cream.
You're quite a smart cookie. And speaking of cookies, I think that an ice cream sandwich would be really quite right on a situation like that.
Okay.
Man. I know that you got a kick out of my ice cream sandwich drops in chat during various streams.
Yep.
Those are fun. Yeah, I love ice cream sandwiches a lot. It's also nice because like sometimes I literally don't have a sandwich that day. I'm like, well, let me just have an ice cream sandwich. So, like it fulfills the requirement when people ask me the question. So it's always nice.
Or when the only place to get ice cream is at a Wawa or a 7. Well, Wawa has other stuff, but 7-Eleven, it's like it's always a safe choice. Ice cream sandwich.
Right. Yeah. And it's not nothing. It's a good spot for sure.
Yep.
I had my favorite ice cream sandwich right now is Blue Bunny because they're so big and they are good. I thought, they're all kind of the same. This one was really good.
Blue Bunny's a good ice cream. I know I can get it in the East Coast. I don't know if I've seen it here or not.
Well, I think they have boxes of them because that's how I got one. Like my mom found one at the store, and then I got some at the store. I don't remember what store, but so I guess they've shipped them out here a little bit more recently.
Well, because they also sell half gallons of ice cream too.
Right. That's true. They do sell regular ice cream besides the sandwich. Do you remember Carvel? I mean, they're still around, but
of course.
I think so. I hope so. Yeah.
And what's it? The whale.
Yeah, Fudgy the Whale.
Fudgy the
Whale. Yes.
Which was the same mold, and they would turn it sideways and make it into a ghost. Turn it upside down and make it. But it was the same shape.
Yeah.
They just use it for different
Fun.
characters. Oh yes.
Yeah, that's very fun.
I think you can still get Carvel ice cream cakes in supermarkets.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aaron says Fudgy the Whale and Cookie Puss. Cookie Puss.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a name. Cookie Puss. That's awesome though. Yeah, no, I love Fudgy the Whale though.
Yep.
Yeah, getting a little yeah, and I do those cakes are good. Like ice cream cakes are just fun. It's a great idea. So, I mean, even out here where we are, they still have. Oh, we got some questions. Here we go. All right, let's get to the next question. So natural follow up question to Tuba. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
I have to pick one.
It's tough. It's a tough call. A lot of good ones.
My go-to is Baskin & Robbins chocolate chip. It used to be Howard Johnson's chocolate chip, but there is no Howard Johnson's anymore. So.
I always wondered where they would source. I mean, that's a hotel, so I always wondered where they would source ice cream from. That's interesting. I guess they made their own.
Well, they also had restaurants.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do remember the restaurant. Yeah. Never been. I don't think I've ever been to one of those.
And they had some great fried clams.
Whoa! No way! They had clam. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
And at the restaurant.
Yeah, at the restaurant. Yeah. I shouldn't be surprised.
Are you a Frank Zappa fan?
Not the biggest, but I like him a little bit. I got like a few of his songs. Like I know that he's done a bunch of them. Yeah, I mean, I respect him a lot. Yeah, okay. So I'll say that.
Well, they made and Billy the Mountain. You'll have to look it up. They made reference to the fried clams from Howard Johnson.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Big deal.
That would be on brand for him. He's very big on pop culture and satire and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's on brand for sure. Okay, my favorite ice cream flavor. It is tough to pick one. It's probably just vanilla because I like the versatility of what you can do with it. Like it used to be chocolate, but I like vanilla more because I just feel like I'm in the mood for it more. So I would go vanilla.
And you can always put chocolate syrup.
Yeah.
A lot of chocolate syrup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's
favorite chocolate syrup?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, Hershey's is kind of a basic one, so I'm not going to say that. Like, just a good hot fudge, probably Smucker's then. Okay. So, like, in that little jar with a hot fudge, and you put it in the microwave. That's probably it. How about yours?
That you can get in the store. Fox's You Bet. That's a Jewish thing.
Okay.
And it's kosher, so it was always in the kosher
Nice,
section.
nice.
Or there's a place in Amherst, Massachusetts called Bart's Ice Cream, and you could buy their hot fudge and take it home.
Bart's, nice.
Bart's.
Revision. I was actually thinking of Ghirardelli chocolate syrup instead. I'll replace with that. And Aaron makes the same point. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one a lot. So, on Swimmy says Magic Shell. Those are very fun. There's something different about the taste of it because I think they have to tweak the formulation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So to make it, to make the shell, right? So.
But when I went to Carvel, I used to get the vanilla ice cream with the dip, the chocolate dip. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Because then you could make an ice cream bar that way.
Yeah.
Costco used to do that. They used to do like on-site chocolate bars, like chocolate ice cream bars. So like they dip it in. And then it comes out and it hardens, and then you put the almonds. It was really good.
Right.
Miss those. Bart's, yeah, that's right, Swimmy. Let's see. Carvel doesn't exist here. Wait, no. Swimmy says Carvel still exists here, which it should, because that's a New York area thing. So it should. Yeah, definitely. It's more on the up in the northeast coast, says Aaron, and I agree. They have a few of them in LA, but it's definitely a bigger thing out east. Yeah. As is Mr. Softy? Did I have that right?
Yeah, that was those were the trucks that drove.
Yeah, the trucks.
Mr. Softy.
Yeah. I went to one when I was in New York. One of the times I was in New York, it was fine. I thought it was fine. I don't know what you thought of it. It was good.
As a kid, it was great.
Yeah. I mean, certainly.
Walk outside.
Yeah. Oh wow, Erin really likes it. Like, God, I miss it. She says. Well, I may have sold it short. I didn't think it was bad. I'm just like I've kind of had it. Like it's good. It's good. I mean, I think nowadays it's like $4 for a cone, so it's like, kind of a lot. But
would you like soft serve?
I do like soft serve. I'm a big fan of soft serve. And they've had some good ones. Like, here in California, they used to have a place called Foster's Freeze, which had really good soft serve. They have Dairy Queen, which I like too. And Mr. Softy's along those lines, so I don't hate it. I guess it's pretty good. I think it's a good call. So all right, I'll roll with it. Let's see, anything else? Swimmy says the one year my house burnt down in the 90s. The Carvel, yikes, that sucks. That's just always worse when you have like a place that burns down after some time. Let's see, we have one more question. Okay, this is from Swimmy. Swimmy asks, breakfast meat, bacon, sausage, corned beef hash, or other? I mean, like a vegan option or something like that.
Or scrapple.
Scrapple, right. What, can you, for the audience, what is scrapple?
I can't tell you what scrapple's.
Oh, you can't say, okay.
Well, I guess the original, they don't make it quite all the leftovers from the pig and the cow, they just kind of make it into a, looks like Spam.
Okay.
And they just fry it up. But I prefer bacon.
Okay, so bacon is the go-to.
Yeah, Philly, it's scrapple.
Swimmy says scrapple. Hell yes, that is my favorite.
Yeah.
That's an East Coaster for you. See, he's from the East Coast too, so like he knows. Yeah, and you know what? In Western New York, in Central New York, they have what's called the garbage plate, which
yes, in Rochester.
Yeah,
Rochester.
Oh, that sounds great. I want to try that. It's just
Oh, you've never had one?
I've not had one. No,
experience.
I gotta have it.
Yeah, they're amazing.
It's got potatoes and meats and cheeses and all sorts of gnarly
macaroni
stuff.
and cheese and coleslaw, and it's.
When the day comes that we get Danny Kaye on the show, I'm going to ask him about those garbage plates. I'm sure he'll have something to say because that's just right around his neighborhood where he's from. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be awesome. So. The garbage plate is just, and then Aaron says it is an experience. So great.
Yep.
I can't argue it. I don't know if there's a facsimile here in LA or wherever around Southern California. I've never heard of it, but I want in on it for sure. As for regular meats, I guess I would say, we had this debate recently, bacon or sausage. In general, bacon, yes. But with breakfast, I think it's sausage. Because when I go to, just an example, like when I go to McDonald's and I get the McMuffin, I get the sausage McMuffin, not the one with the ham. And I do get it a lot. So I'll say sausage, even though in a larger scope, bacon is better, just from it goes with more stuff.
Well, there's possibility sausage will be more. Well, breakfast sausage will usually be more consistent, as opposed to bacon. You never know if it's going to be crispy or soft or undercooked or overcooked. Whereas sausage, it's it's hard for them to mess up a sausage.
That's true. That's a higher floor. And so yeah, the consistency just ends up being more. I can depend on it more. This is literally what that's a great point. And oh, look at this. Okay, so now you've lived in Philly, so I am very curious as to where you are with pork roll or Taylor ham, because some people are Taylor ham. A lot more people I know are pork roll. Which one of those are you?
Pork roll.
Okay. Now, for those at home not understanding what this is about, I think it's the same thing, but people call it a different.
It's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
If it's not exact.
Yeah. So it's basically ham, but it's a type of ham, and yeah, in one part of New Jersey they call it pork roll, and in the other part of New Jersey they call it Taylor ham. But way more people I know call it pork roll. In fact, there's a channel on here on Twitch called Pork Roll Bob.
Yes.
Good show.
I follow pork roll.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just for the uninitiated. It almost looks like Canadian bacon. Mm-hmm. Similar.
Yeah, I think that's a good description. Yeah, because it's about the same size, and you can have it with eggs and so on. So, so Swimmy says I get pork roll, egg, and cheese. Yeah, and that's a good call. I mean, I like that. Yeah, for a breakfast sandwich every time. So every time.
What do you get it on, Swimmy?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, that's a great question.
Kaiser roll or a bacon? Or
he's gonna have choices in New Jersey because they make great of both. Not that okay, so he's saying Taylor ham is a name brand. Pork roll is the actual product. Not that it matters. It's good. Okay. Hard roll is his choice.
Yep.
Yeah, we accept your selection. Hard roll. Let's see. Great comments here in the and Kaiser. Okay, hard roll and Kaiser. Okay, very cool.
Same thing.
It's the same thing.
Well,
okay.
I think it's the same thing. So who knows?
Super cool. All right, so let's go to the next question. From your friend Bill Larkin Music. What will Bill Larkin asks, what will a typical stream of yours be like?
What Twitch really needs is some good parody song improv.
I love this.
Since there is none. I'm not sure. Playing piano. I mean, I have a song list, but it's not very extensive since this is part-time and now learning new songs for the band. Really can't play those solo. There will be some tuba with accompaniment, and who knows, maybe I'll do some magic and other stuff. I'm working on it.
Love it. There's a lot of things you can, I think that the great thing about Twitch is you really can go in a bunch of different directions, and I feel like you find an audience for each one. Like when I started doing this show, Sandwich Show, it was started off as an interview show like what we're doing right now. But then I decided, well, I got some free time. Let me just play. I think it was Mappy. Yeah, I played Mappy. I got an audience for Mappy. I'm like, that's cool. That's great. So I'll try it again next time. And then the week after I did Galaga, and we got an audience for Galaga. And I think it's like, this will be a consistent thing. And one thing about it is that part of being a Twitch affiliate, apparently you have to do 7 distinct days of shows a month. So if I just do one show a week, it won't fulfill that requirement. So I'm going to make the classic gaming thing consistent then, so that I can continue to do enough shows to stay.
Is it a continual requirement? I've heard that once you get affiliate, they don't actually monitor you as much.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's true, so don't blame it on me if you don't do it and you get kicked off.
It's fine. But I want to do it anyway. I think that it's a lot of fun chatting with people who have enjoyed the various games I play. And I'm playing games that, like, a lot of us know. Like, even if you're not a big gamer, you might remember Pac-Man. You might remember Aaron with 2 oof emotes. It's coming. More oofs to come. And I'll give you a quick little promo. So coming up on Thursday, we're going to play Q*bert. Do you remember Cubert? The bouncing orange? Yeah, the bouncing orange thing. The noser. That'll be a lot of fun, so we'll do that. We'll play it for a couple hours and hope you enjoy. And Swimmy says they rarely revert the affiliate status. Good thing on that, because that would be tough to enforce anyway. Oh, Aaron, oh my God. I hope that's a good oh my God. I hope it's like, oh my God, don't play it. But yeah, I love Cubert. It's a great game. Yeah. She's all about it. Cubert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Tuba? I told my family over the weekend that I was gonna do a Cubert stream, and they got excited. They were really like, "Oh wow, I love Cubert! I love Cubert!" So I think we made the good choice. Have you played it? Are you a fan of arcade games?
I played it in the arcades, so yeah. You went with your handful of quarters, and that's what spent the afternoon doing.
Yeah. I mean, they had it was certainly in those times, like that was how you did your gaming. Like you could only play like a game, and you had to be really good to play a single session for longer than like a couple minutes. Oh, we got action over here. Hey, we got a follow. Lisa likes 70s cheese. Welcome to the Sandwich
Lisa.
Show. Welcome. Thank you so much for following the show.
She's a Bill Larkin regular.
Nice. That's super cool. That's super cool. Well, we're glad to have you with us. Thank you so much for following us. And say hello, of course. Here, and she's in the chat, stopping in to say hi. Hi, Lisa. Hi there. Hey, John Ninja's in the house too. Hi, John. Welcome to the show. This is TubaDudes. If you ever wonder what TubaDudes looks and sounds like, here he is. He's here for us to ask questions of. And yes, Leakus is here. So, folks, if you have a question for TubaDudes, or even me, but more TubaDudes, write the exclamation point question in the chat, followed by the question itself. Enter it in, and then we'll take your question, and we'll do that throughout the rest of the hour, and we're looking forward to what you have to say. It should be fun. Okay, so we have a new question. Okay, this goes to both of us, and the question from Swimmy. Both Davy and Tuba, have you ever had to work on a case, contract, or business scenario that gave you ethical qualms? Ethical qualms.
I'll let you answer this one first. No?
The closest I came with maybe jury duty, but I never got far enough in the thing to really get to a point where I had to make a decision on it. I mean, we've had to deal with ethical issues working in a university that I do during the day. But nothing off the top of my head. I mean, we tend to be really, really close to the vest in terms of like what we would do in terms of ethics, and particularly so when it comes to university work. I mean, we're always really keen on conclusion. That's something that we always are big on. So we've been pretty good. I mean, if you talk about ethics, it's really more on the side of the management, like overworking the staff. But that's not necessarily anything I'm involved in. That's usually the ethical issues are on the side of the management, not so much on the side of the staff itself. So, so the answer is not really nothing I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
I got stories. Well, I did my clerkship at a personal injury law firm, what some people would refer to as an ambulance chaser. That being said, I can't think of any cases that we actually chased an ambulance. They were actually where people definitely were harmed and we got them money. Ethical, one of the other partners at that law firm represented the Fraternal Order of Police. So we my partner represented the criminals and this other guy represented the police. So there was always jokes about it. And I don't remember details, and it's not that I can't tell you, but there was a police shooting in Baltimore. And we had to defend a police officer, and it was, that attuned to what the hell's going on now, where it was not warranted, and there were riots, and yeah,
yuck. And you were on the side of the that had to be tough. That had to be tough. But all you're doing at that point is your job, but that had to feel very tough.
Well, everybody deserves representation.
Yeah,
that's our
I feel that, that's part of what being in that line of work can be. You have to be on either side. It's only fair. So yeah, you're doing what you could do.
Yeah. And that's why I do patent law, because it's less sleazy.
Right. True. Kind of like, so they say they have civil cases and then they have criminal cases. So what you just described, that was a criminal case, more or less.
With the police officer, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So what you do now, would that be factored under civil cases?
Well, we don't go to trial. It's more administrative stuff where we interact with the patent office and argue back and forth. If we ever had to go to trial for whatever reason, the Department of Justice would do it. They would take the case away from us.
Okay, so that's nice that you get the little security blanket.
Yeah, won't find myself in court.
Yeah,
I liked it, but it's okay. I wouldn't be upset if I didn't ever have to do it again. So.
Got it. Swimmy says, that's crazy. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, thanks for sharing that story. I mean, it's true that we face these questions in our lives in one way or another, so it's cool that you were able to share that with us. Let's see. This in from John Ninja. Question for TubaDudes. When did you learn to play tuba? So you mentioned the sequence, but when did you learn to play tuba?
All right, so a little, probably 8th grade.
Okay.
I was a very good trumpet player. Made all county in 7th and 8th grade. My music teacher at the time, I guess it was in 9th grade because we had junior high, and high school was 10, 11, and 12. And he's like, well, you're good, but as you get older, you're going to have more competition. So why don't you play the tuba? There'll be less competition. And I made all county playing tuba, so.
Nice.
I guess technically 8th, 9th grade.
Okay. Let's see. So in 8th and 9th grade, you probably were doing some concerts for school and you in band. How did your band do? Like, did they ever win any competitions, like in the regionals or anything like that?
Did not do that. We didn't do any competitions.
Oh, okay. So it's a little different scenario.
And we had we in high school we had a scatter marching band, and it wasn't big at my high school, and to make sure they even had people, if you were in wind ensemble, which was like the honors band, you had to participate in marching band. So that was the only way they got people, but it wasn't stuff like you see Ohio State or whatever marching in patterns. It was, you would have one set and then you'd play music and run to another set. And the one thing I remember is, don't remember the storyline, but everybody else was in the center being uranium molecules.
Yeah.
And I ran in with the sousaphone to be the proton to set off the nuclear fusion reaction. Fission. It was fission.
Fission.
So, yeah.
Wild. Yeah. Well, I guess it is what it is in that scenario. Erin's back from her lurk, and hopefully some sandwiches for us, Erin. What do you think? What do you say? And John says, sorry, I'm late and missed that. Nice. I played trombone from 6th grade until 11th. Then the band director made me learn before senior year of high school. So it's a very similar story. Yeah, I remember John mentioning he played tuba as well. So that's very interesting. Let's see. This from Swimmy. Okay, question. Soaring or foundational? Foundational what? Maybe you would know. Soaring or foundational?
I should either know what that is, or I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with what is that with respect to what he was talking about with the tuba or the trombone. Okay, go ahead. Feel free to clarify that, Swimmy. I'm sorry, I don't really have a feel on it right now, so I don't know. But we'll get there. Just let us know. Let's see. Any other questions from the chat? Well, let's see. What do you think? Okay, so when you guys have your band, you do medleys. Like, I know that bands will do different types of medleys, either their own medleys or the actual medleys that were done. For example, the medley at the end of side 2 of Abbey Road from the Beatles,
right? Or
even longer songs that are kind of like medleys, so like anything from Meatloaf or Billy Joel's Scenes from an Italian Restaurant and stuff like that. But does your group, like in your group when they do gigs, do they do any kind of medleys?
Well, this current group we do not.
Okay.
In the last group, which I just broke up just before COVID because 2 of the members moved to Florida. We used to do a Beatles medley.
Okay.
That's about it. And as far as long songs, because this band I'm with has never had a keyboard player, and everybody's excited, and now they want to do Bohemian Rhapsody. So we've got the harmonies, so
that's cool.
It might actually work.
Is that an easy song to play on a piano? I mean, it can't be easy.
It's not.
I mean,
it's not difficult.
Okay. But
it's long, and it's it's not a straightforward pattern through the whole song and stuff. So it'll take a lot of rehearsals.
I see what you mean, because there are a lot of time signature changes. It's a slow song. It goes fast. It goes slow. Completely different time signatures for like 4 different parts of the song. So yeah, I can see that getting kind of tricky to learn. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was wondering. So let me ask. So if you guys are in a touring or in a band in a piano bar or in a cocktail bar or at a gig like that or a restaurant, whatever it is, I can imagine you all run into similar problems as a lot of duelers, where they will get requests for the same tired songs that get a little annoying. What are some of the more... Well, first of all, what are some of your favorite songs that you guys play in some of these venues? And what are some of the more tired out songs that have been overplayed?
Well, you see, I mean, with this new band, I've just started playing with them. We never usually take requests, just because as I read off the part of the set list, you can see why people wouldn't know what the hell to ask us for. Sweet Caroline. Yeah.
Wait, is that in the plus or the minus? I can imagine the minus.
It's in the minus.
Yeah,
I mean, but it gets the crowd going.
Yeah.
So,
I guess it's worth it anyway. But when did they? I'm the thing with about that song. The so good, so good, so good part is a Red Sox fan creation, because that's not in the song.
Yeah,
it's not. Like, why?
And I don't know why it became. I don't know if there is a story why it became the Red Sox theme song or whatever you want to call it. Right. Yeah.
I don't either. I think it just happened. My understanding is like it just started playing it. Like one day, like, oh, it's the 8th inning. Let's just play some music. Like, okay, we'll play this one. And then they just started singing along, and they did it again and again and again and again. And then they started tweaking it and making it their own. But yeah, I gotta agree. I like Neil Diamond. Let me be clear. I think it's great. It's just been kind of done. Like, that's all. Well, everyone likes the song. That's fine. That's fine. I mean,
you want to hear my Neil Diamond song? My Neil Diamond story?
Let's hear it.
Okay. And it's kind of interesting. In college, Grateful Dead tickets, you'd go and you'd camp out for days waiting to get tickets. Mm-hmm. My roommate wanted to buy his niece for her birthday some Neil Diamond tickets. So he said, if you wait in line with me, because he'd never done it, he said, I'll buy you a ticket. It's cool. So this is in Buffalo in January, waiting outside in line.
Ooh.
And we were like third in line. And just then, I had the first aid squad patch on my down jacket, so I couldn't ignore it. Some guy had a heart attack.
Ooh.
And I went over and gave CPR, and
wow.
There was no such thing as a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the ambulance wound up showing up. I never tried to find out whatever happened to him, but I got second row tickets.
Oh, nice. From that? Well, you are a hero. That's pretty cool. And now would that have been about the time? Let's see. So when Neil Diamond did have a lot of good songs in the 70s. Like, I just thought of one right now. I am, I said. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Song Sung Blue is actually one of my personal favorite songs of his.
Okay.
That's a really good one.
And he's a nice Jewish boy. So.
Nice, yeah. And just like he says in songs in I Am I Said, like, he's from New York too, and then he lived in LA for a while. And his most well-known concert, I think you would agree, Hot August Night, done at the Greek Theater, made an album from it, double album, and it did great. So, yeah. So I presume you're a fan too. Like, what was that show like? Did he do all the great hits? Like, how good was that show?
Yeah, I mean, it was mostly greatest hits. I don't think not a huge Neil Diamond fan, but I don't think he played anything that I really didn't recognize. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, he's doing the right thing. I mean, he's just playing.
And he did have older women throwing panties at him.
So I guess this was like later in his career.
Happened.
Okay.
Yeah, it actually happened. It was like 70. 78, 79, January 79.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He still had some game back then, because I think even into the
Yeah.
early 80s, he had some songs. Like, he did the Heartlight song from E.T., and, well, Love on the Rock was garbage. I didn't like that song. This is before that song. Like, that was before that. But, no, he had some good tunes. He had some good tunes for sure. Phil, welcome to the chat. Phil. This is Tuba Dude. Say hello to Tuba.
I know Phil. Well, I don't know Phil, but I know Phil.
Yeah, well, so do I. Yeah, I feel that. And Phil, if you have a question for our friend Tuba Dudes, please ask it in our chat. Write the word "bang question" followed by the question itself, and that goes to the rest of you. Our queue is completely empty, so we would love to hear some questions from any of you. Please write it in, and we'll answer them. Fitness Gal, I haven't seen a question from you yet. Hopefully you got one too. A lot of cool stuff we can talk about tonight, so I'm looking forward. So why don't you guys get those questions together? Let's go settle a debate, since we got a lot of people here watching us tonight. So we do debates on food on this channel, and we call the debate segment the food fight. All right, so there it is, the main event of the evening, our matchup tonight: Coke versus Pepsi. A big rivalry that goes back generations, and you can see Coke in the red corner and Pepsi in the blue corner. And Tuba, it stands to reason that everybody's picked a side. If you could take a side on this matter, what would you take? Which side would you be on?
If I had to take a side,
if you had to take a side, yeah,
I'd go with Pepsi. That being said, with pizza, Coke. Don't know why, but I can't drink Pepsi with pizza. I have to drink Coke with pizza, but otherwise, mostly Dr. Pepper. But
well, Dr. Pepper's good, yeah. So let's get into it. We're gonna launch the poll, and everybody gets to vote. And people are already making their votes, but let's. Oh, I forgot to actually put. Oops. Okay. So let me go Coke. Hold on here. Just gonna need to improvise a little bit. Not Cokey. There we go. And then Pepsi. Just give me just a second. I can do this. Okay, cool. So then we're going to go launch the poll. Good luck to the two entrants. And let's start the poll. Coke versus Pepsi. It begins. So people already having their say. Go ahead and go in there. Low-hanging fruit. Davy, you dirty little sneak. Oh, it sure was. It sure was. I love the segue. So Phil says, currently neither, but Team Coke in a previous life. Oh, I got that. I feel that, yeah. I can't have that much soda anymore like I used to. Aaron says, yeah, the argument is still Coke versus Pepsi when Dr. Pepper exists. Okay, yeah, I mean, I love Dr. Pepper.
RC Cola, actually, is my preference.
RC Cola is interesting. Okay.
I don't know if it's around anymore.
I'm not sure either. Interesting call. But for most of the country, I think the debate is between Coke and Pepsi, so we'll see. Yeah. Let's see. We got some votes. They're coming in. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Somebody voted Kopi. No, I'm just kidding. Vote Peke. Oh, look at Swimmy. Trying to get interesting with this. Coke is dominating this 3-1. The votes in favor of Coke. It makes sense. All right, I'll give you guys another minute. Anybody else in on this? Oh, Haas, welcome in. Hey, Haas, how's it going? Good to have you in the last couple of shows.
Hey, Haas, how's it going?
And Haas says, I buy whichever is on sale, but if I had them both in front of me, I'd probably grab the Pepsi first. Ah, okay. I like that you like Pepsi until there's pizza. It's funny, like, I guess something about pizza makes the Coke more compatible.
Yeah, I think because the Coke is more acidic, it's stronger, as opposed to Pepsi sweet.
Yeah.
I think it bites, it goes better with pizza for me.
Gotcha. Haas says, hey, buddy, been lurking for a bit. Very cool. Glad to have you with us tonight, Haas. It's really cool. We have a very good crowd. And say hello to our friend our friend Tuba Dudes.
Well, you can say hi to Turbo Swim too. He's good.
Yeah, say hi to us all for sure. But here he is. Yeah, I mean, and I think they're trying to tie the poll. I don't think it's gonna happen. Ding, 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 ding. It's over. And the winner by a 2-1 margin, Coca-Cola takes it. Beautiful. Voted the most option in the poll with 66.67% of the votes. Tuba is way more interesting, and I agree. So thank you very much for voting on the poll, everybody. And we'll continue with questions. So, yeah, and Haas says, so cool to see Tuba Dudes. Yeah, for sure. Do you like the Daffy Duck shirt? Super cool. So here he is. I have a question for you. Yeah. Let's see. The next question is from Swimmy yet again. And Swimmy asks... Oh, no, this is actually from John Ninja. John asks, curious, what part of New York is Tuba Dudes from?
New Rochelle, New York.
Okay. So it's a little bit...
Dick Van Dyke.
Ah, yeah, that's right. He's around
That's where
there.
the show took place.
Yeah, okay.
Fictionally. Yeah.
So
Westchester, just right next to the Bronx.
okay.
The Bronx.
So, yeah, just north of where New York City, or Manhattan, Bronx, and then you keep going up.
I mean, I was born in Brooklyn, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that. So.
Oh, gotcha. Let's see. And Swimmy says, by the way, your affiliate now, you can run Twitch polls, although I like polls this way too. Oh, I see what you mean. In other words, I don't have to use Streamlabs for the poll. Well, good call. John says, nice, was born in Queens. So John's from Queens, yeah. And Swimmy's from the Bronx.
Turbo. Yeah.
Cool. Good times. So you guys are all around pretty close. You guys are all from the 5 boroughs. Or, no, you're close enough. Like, you're close enough.
I'm 5.5.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So we asked Laura Wiley yesterday about cheesecake, and she was mostly indifferent to the types of cheesecake in New York and so on and so forth. Do you feel similarly? What's your feel on cheesecake as far as the New York version versus cheesecake anywhere else?
Is there any other kind of version?
Well,
there might be bad New York cheesecake, but
right. Yeah, I mean that's basically it, right? Like, I don't think there is another version actually, so that's a fair point. Let's see. And Aaron says grew up on Long Island. That's cool too. I was actually kind of wondering about that. That's pretty cool. I knew you were from New York somewhere, Aaron. I didn't realize.
Where on Long Island?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm familiar with Long Island too. So what part of our Long Island? And then Swemmy says, as far as the Bronx, all the way at the north end.
Yeah. So we were neighbors.
That's cool. Yeah, very close. Very close to you. Levittown. Hometown of Billy Joel. Yeah. True story. Good times. Or, well, he's from the Bronx, but then he grew up in Levittown. So that's more or less where he grew up. But let's see. Swimmy says, regular cheesecake relies on heavy cream and sour cream to thin the batter and create a silkier, creamier texture. New York cheesecake is heavy on the cream cheese, which is why it's so dense and rich. Yeah. Okay, I feel that. I'm taking your word for it on that, but definitely I remember anything from New York, like Junior's, for example. I don't think
overrated.
Oh, overrated. Okay. See, I've not tried it.
In
That's
my
why
opinion, it's not bad, but
it's not as great as everyone says. Okay.
Yeah.
You will eventually end up that way with a lot of stuff, right? And you made a note yesterday about Katz's, and you said you forgive someone for ordering turkey at Katz's, which I agree, which is kind of, you would have to, because it's like I don't visualize eating anything else other than pastrami and maybe the hot dog, because I've had it, and that one time I went to Katz's and it was really good, so I liked it. Question for you:
cash only? Go ahead.
Oh, is it still cash only today?
I think so.
Wow.
If you have a credit card, you forget you have to go back to the catering department. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, though the sandwiches are now like $25, which is a little bit more challenging to get cash for that, but it's fine. Aaron says New York cheesecake is superior to all others. I mean, certainly. Yeah. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to argue that at all. Okay. And Swimmy says Second Avenue Deli is better in my opinion. Okay, so let me ask you that this way. Of all the big places for pastrami, like, do you favor any one over another one?
I actually like the Pastrami Queen. It's on 2nd Avenue, but it's on 78th Street, I think.
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
It's been a while, but yeah.
Yeah.
And no, in Cats it's not bad, but it's expensive and it's a tourist thing.
It is. I mean, I like it. Two things that are a little odd for me about it. One, it's like way the hell out of the way. You really have to go out of your way to get there. Like, there's no subway that comes close. That one line that goes on Houston Street, it's just kind of a mess. You have to really walk out of a subway stop to get there. But the second thing is the bread is just disappointing. It just disintegrates. Like, it doesn't hold it together. It's so weak. I don't know. But, so would you say it's better at Second Avenue?
Well, my Second Avenue or the Second Avenue Deli?
Oh, Second Avenue Deli.
Of Turbo.
Oh, good. The one that you were talking about, Pastrami Queen. Let's say Pastrami Queen for example.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
I think the bread is juicier. But Katz's Deli, since you're into candy bars, like 2 blocks south, I guess. It's called a place Modern. No, it's not Modern. Just went totally blank. There's a candy store that sells like all the old candy bars.
Ah, yeah.
It'll come to me in a minute. It's not Modern Candy.
I think I've heard of this place. I can look it up.
Sorry.
I'll look it up too. Let's see.
I can look it up. Okay.
All right. Let's see who gets it first.
You will.
We'll see. Let's see. Candy store nearby. No.
No.
No. I'm trying to figure it out too. Let's see. It's not coming to me. Well, there's a drug. Okay. Katz's Delicatessen. Tell you what, I'm gonna look it up on the map. Maybe I'll get it this way. So Katz's. Look at this contest we're having here. Yeah. Okay. Delicatessen. Come on. That's it. East House. That's all.
Economy.
Economy. All right. So we got it. Okay. No, I've not heard of it. I've never been there. I don't know. I'm not familiar. So.
Well, next time you go to Katz, it's just down the street.
Okay, cool.
It's
definitely
great. They got all the old stuff.
That is cool. Yeah, that's really cool. John now has a question. Favorite concert you've been to? And I think Tuba already answered that a while back in terms of.
I did.
Yeah. So it was.
Grateful Dead, May 6, 1979, Penn State. So.
Yep. Penn State or Kent State? I think you said Penn State.
Penn.
Yeah.
Penn State. Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So that was his answer to that question. My answer, I haven't been to nearly as many concerts, so I can't think of one. I feel like whatever I say is not going to be as good as that. So, but yeah, I mean, I did see Train in concert one time, so I thought that was pretty good. Gavin DeGraw warmed up for him. I thought that was cool. The Script warmed up for him too. That was a good concert. That was all going down in Irvine, so I enjoyed that one a lot. I just haven't been. There's not much sample size, which is disappointing. I want to improve upon that. I want to go to more concerts once things open up again. You know, like
I saw Los Lobos in a small bar in Amagansett, New York. Can't remember the year. It was during pharmacy school, so early '80s. Just really small bar. It was very intimate. It was really cool.
Before they got big, did they play La Bamba during that set at all? I wonder.
I don't think they
probably
did.
Not, right? Because they probably did that for the movie, which is why you probably wouldn't have heard it before that.
Well, and they may have played it in like bigger concerts, but maybe because this was such a small place, with they were playing their stuff.
Right, exactly, like the stuff they wrote themselves. And don't worry about that, John. I mean, you came in a little later, so we were just refreshing that for you.
And I don't mind repeating the answer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The fact that I can remember it is big.
It's a big thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, any more questions, everybody? Let them roll. Bang question followed by the question itself. Write it into the chat, and we'll keep answering those questions for you. And thanks to all the people who followed us tonight. We're inching closer to that goal to 100 followers. Upon which I will do a history of Pac-Man gaming stream, which will run almost the entire day. So here's more on that in the chat. I'll bring that up to you. So I'm going to be playing a lot of like the original Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, Pac-Land, Pac-Mania, and then we might have some other surprises. And
you need to change that.
Let me see.
It says if. It should say when.
You're You are too kind. You are too kind. You are too kind. Actually, good point. We're up to 67. That's a good point, actually. So I appreciate you. That's a great point. I'll gladly change that because I think that's really nice of you to say. Was there a candy of the week? Well, unfortunately, here's what happened with candy of the week. So it was a very busy day at my day job at work today, and I tried to find like the 10 minutes I needed to get to the store to get the candy. So I don't have, unfortunately, a candy of the week for this week. But I can refresh what last week's candy of the week was, and it was these Starburst gummies.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Oh, you might have something. Holy cow! We might have a rescue here. Aaron, we are in luck. We are in luck, and that means it's time to play the candy theme song. Let's see. Move all my sandwich stuff out of the way. Oh my God! Look at this. Okay. All right.
Well, it won't be a candy of the week, but when you buy musical equipment from Sweetwater, they'll always send you a little bag of candy.
Oh, that's super cool. Let's see what's in it.
It's got a bit of honey.
Okay.
Tootsie Roll. Actual real Smarties, and some of the mints, and a Cannonball.
Ah, I haven't had those in a while. It's like that's cinnamon, is it not?
Yeah, and it's hot.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having my back. That's very cool.
Yeah, because I just got a new piece of equipment.
Nice.
It's right there.
Sweetwater hooks it up, so that's really cool. I mean, Sweetwater has sold so much cool. It's kind of becoming like the Amazon of musical equipment because it's like a good go-to spot for it. Yeah, and Aaron says I love those. Yeah, those candies are really cool. So thank you very much for rescuing me this time around. I'll do better next week. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Or you can go to theeconomycandy.com and order something.
Ah, yeah. You can order from their store? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. That's very cool. What is your favorite candy, Tuba?
You want the PG version or the R version?
Oh my goodness. Well, we can do R-rated language on here, so I'll take it. I'll take both.
Favorite candy was an exotic dancer I knew in Syracuse, New York. Favorite candy to eat? Well, okay. Favorite candy bar would be Butterfingers, probably.
Ah, good one. That's solid, crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery, chocolate flavor.
Yeah.
Super good. It's rich, for sure, but it's totally worth it.
And I'm not a big fan of Reese's, so it's not necessarily the peanut butter chocolate thing. So.
Isn't it interesting that the name candy does tend to pertain to somebody who's involved in like some form of dancing? Usually. Quite frequently.
I don't think it was her real name, though.
Oh, probably right. You're probably right. So, I think I've told people that my favorite candy is Reese's, and then my second favorite is Snickers. So if there's no Reese's in the store, then I'll get a Snickers bar. So those are my two. Pretty good. Now, Aaron asks, is it the flakiness of the Butterfinger that drives you?
Yes.
I
think so.
Yeah, it's good. Well, thank you for your responses, everybody, and let's continue with the questions. We got another 15 minutes or so. We can get going. And then Aaron says, I always go Kit Kats, which is cool. Aaron, I do want to add a note that I was looking for those hybrid ones, like the mint ones. I couldn't find them in my store. So I'm going to have to look harder because like my regular grocery store didn't have those like special Twix or those special Kit Kats that have like the mint and the tiramisu flavor or what, of the other flavors. But I'll keep looking. Yeah.
Well, when I lived in Pennsylvania, when you go to Hershey, Pennsylvania for the rides or whatever, and you went into they pumped chocolate smell into the building. You do a little ride and you come out in their candy shop. And as far as I know, they had Kit Kats, they had 25-pound Reese's candies. They had all that variety, stuff you'd never heard of. It was really cool.
It's kind of like Jelly Bellies, but for like chocolate. Man, that's great.
Yeah.
All the flavors, That's really cool. Have you ever been? Wait, so they just did like regular Hershey, like because regular Hershey is just chocolate. So they would make that like a peanut butter version or something like that, or like white chocolate, or wow.
Oh, definitely white chocolate, cookies and cream.
Oh, that's great.
And I can't eat white chocolate. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, why would that's interesting. Why is that?
The majority of white chocolate is cocoa butter.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, and when I went to pharmacy school, that's what we would make suppositories out of. So my brain put the two together.
Ooh. Okay.
So when I see white chocolate, I think suppositories, which is kind of weird, but just can't do it.
Totally understand that. Totally. See, and Aaron says, well, first of all, let's see. Oh yeah, Aaron says I usually find the Twix at Wawa, so unfortunately I don't know where you could find them. Looks like I'm gonna have to go fly back to Florida and get to a Wawa or New Jersey and get to a Wawa so I can get one of those. And then and Swimmy says Aaron would love the candy jar in my living room. I can't. What's in the candy jar in your living room? Send a pic. Put it in our Discord.
Hey, little girl, want to see my candy jar?
Oh, is that what he was getting at? That's funny.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Aaron says, "What's in it, Swimmy? What's in the candy jar?" Yeah, that's kind of what we were getting at. So yes, if you would like to. Bean dealers in the house. Oh, what the fuck did I just walk into? Yeah, we've been talking about candy, and we've been talking about what was that thing you just mentioned? Like the reason why the cocoa butter. Oh,
cocoa butter and suppositories.
Yeah, and Jelly Bellies, and more. Swimmy says that in his jar are Kit Kats, Reese's Pieces, Reese's Buttercups, Butterfingers, York Peppermint Patties, and Almond Joys. And Aaron's all about it. Swimmy, I'm gonna need the jar. Let's see. And Swimmy says Aaron is an adult. She can touch my candy jar. Uh-oh. Interesting. Phil says last time I was in the UK, I went to the Cadbury factory. I remember Cadbury. That's pretty good. Not too far from where my sister lives. Good thing I had a large suitcase. Ooh. That had to have been a good time. That is. Now, did they give out samples? That would have been interesting. Yeah, that's really cool. Aaron is.
And the candy from over there is just even the same name. It's better than the stuff we get here in the U.S.
Oh, what do you think? You think it's because of the use of regular sugar over corn syrup, something like that?
Maybe, yeah. I can't remember to put my finger on it, but it was definitely better.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Now, here's an interesting question that I don't think anyone knows the answer to. Does Cadbury make anything other than those Easter eggs with the cream in the inside? I've never heard of anything else from them.
Well, it's kind of like Nestle. They make all kinds of stuff, but it may not even say Cadbury on it. But there's all kinds of Cadbury chocolate.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So they're as big as Nestle. I didn't realize that. That's interesting. I guess it's not. I shouldn't be surprised, but I guess they could be that. So Bean Dealer says, like a suppository, but a toy. Oh, wow. And then Phil says they make a ton of stuff. Cadbury does. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't finish the whole thing. So Bean actually said, okay, so I had someone tell me that I needed to create an adult toy commonly called beads in the shape of beans. Like a suppository, but a toy. Okay. And then John says they're huge in Europe. What are? I think you meant the Cadbury.
The anal beads? Wait a minute.
And then Aaron says, I thought Cadbury was owned by something else. I don't honestly know. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. That's an interesting call. So we have some more time for questions. Send them in. Bang question followed by the question itself. Cadbury. Yeah, I figured that's right. I figured that's what you all were getting at. And Bean says, I don't know why I need to create beads in the shape of beans. It's bizarre to me, but I think they were taking the bean dealer thing too far. Yeah, they were really going for the meta. I see. The chat, so good. But yeah, I'm about it. Cadbury's are cool. Peeps, not as cool. I can't eat them. Do you like? Are you a fan of Peeps at all?
No.
Or Peeps, I should say. No, I'm not.
Maybe stale ones.
Yeah, it's just too much sugar. It's all sugar. There's like no taste.
Yeah.
It's just sugar. Like, I'm not a fan. Yeah. So yeah, it says here, Cadbury is owned by Mondelez, which is the company that owns a whole lot of shit. So Oreos and Nabisco, whatever else. And Swimmy says Mondelez owns everything. Yeah. Nestle owns them now, meaning Cadbury. Okay. Cadbury makes some incredible drinking chocolates as bean dealer. I gotta check that out. I like drinking chocolate. It's pretty good. Oh, Aaron, I'm sorry. Well, I don't like Peeps.
Oh, more Peeps for you.
Yeah, more Peeps for you. That's the positive of it. You get more Peeps. So, Aaron hides in Peep fan corner. All right. So yes. Keep it coming. Those fun questions, fun topics. We can go for another 10 minutes or so. So, yeah. So what do you have planned for the rest of this week? More gigs, I assume. Work and then weekend stuff, I suppose.
Just work and rehearsals at the moment. Since
okay.
Gigs aren't starting until end of July. There's a music store that's opening on Saturday.
Okay.
And we may be playing. They're having live music all day, so we may play a set.
Cool. When you say music store, do you mean musical instruments or recorded music or sheet music?
Their previous they've expanded was just old vinyl.
Okay.
But now now they're also selling like apparently guitars and guitar straps and strings and amps. So
that's really cool.
Lots of stuff. Yeah.
Now, okay. So what is? Let me think. I'll get back to that. Let's first go to Bean Dealer's question. Bean says, "What was the sandwich of the day?" I have that for you. Okay, so the sandwich of the day, if you missed it from earlier in the stream, we have the Mexican answer to what a taco would be if it were a sandwich, and the answer is the torta. So it's on bread, 2 pieces of bread. This is a bolillo roll, and it's pressed in kind of like a panini, and then you put carne asada inside, so some nice grilled beef, and some guacamole, lettuce, and tomato. You don't see the tomato in there, but it's in there, and some mayonnaise on the bottom. So this torta comes from a place called Tacos Por Favor, and that's a local place out here in the west side, near where I am in Santa Monica, and it's very good. So that was the sandwich of the week. Hope you enjoyed that. And Bean Dealer says, "Dude, Wonka vision that to me." Oh, I was trying to with Tuba as well, so I definitely want to. I hope that happens someday. Yeah. Wouldn't you? Because I think there are sandwiches I want to try from outside of the area, and I would love the privilege of being able to receive them from other people as well. So,
take a road trip.
Yeah, I think I think it's coming. Things are opening up, and I think I will. Okay, so 2 questions. What is a sandwich you haven't had in a long time and you want to try again? Or maybe not even a sandwich, just like anything that you haven't eaten in a while and you're looking forward to trying it again. And then second, where would you like to visit that you haven't been to in a while and you want to go back to?
Well, food, as I say, since I live in the middle of nowhere, cuisine is very actual New York pizza, New York style pizza. A good bagel. Some good deli. So normally I would take a trip back to New York once a year, at least. Haven't been back in almost 2 years now because of the COVID stuff.
Yeah. But
and
it sounds like a trip back to New York would answer a lot of your problems.
And a good Philly cheesesteak too. So I'll visit my kids in Philadelphia.
Yeah. What was your favorite? Well, Philly cheesesteak is so ubiquitous in Philadelphia, so it's silly for me to ask what was your favorite Philly cheesesteak. I mean, they're all were good, I'm sure. So I'm not going to ask you like Pat's and Geno's is the stupidest question I could possibly ask you because it's like
yes, no, you don't do it.
Right, that's just dumb. Like that's just like total tourist trap.
The secret is the roll.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Amorosos or Sarconis. Tony Luke's was the last place I went to, but you go to any like pizza joint that makes them, and you'll get something better than Pat's or Gino's.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think
Because their volume, so they they'll cook 50 pounds of meat at once. So if you get there at the end, you're eating stuff that's been frying for hours.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's true, because it's so big. Like you're not gonna get the best quality every time. It's a really good call. So Swimmy says, do you have a PO box I can send the chopped cheese sandwich to? Oh my goodness, I would love to set that up. I think it just takes money. Like I need to pay a certain amount a month to do a PO box. I'm actually really interested in doing that because I feel like I'd be curious as to what people would send me. Hopefully it's in good spirits, but if I come up with it, I'll let you know. And Aaron says, oh, go ahead.
No, I was. You go to Aaron first.
Okay, so Aaron says, "Oh, speaking of New York pizza, I had some the other day, and it was perfection. Oh, I love that."
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and swimming on the topic of cheesesteaks, there is a great place on South Street. Yeah.
There's a couple of places. I think John's is the more well-known one on South Street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, South Street's a good call. I've never been. I know a friend who lives there though, and now I know two. And you lived there at one point in time. Yep. And Aaron says, "Well, I could absolutely send you the physical copy of the sign." Yeah, something I guess.
Not the same.
Not the same. Tuba, when you were in New York, what was your favorite pizza there? Because they're all great, I'm sure, but was there any one that stood out to you?
Pizza Center.
Okay.
It was not a chain. It was local,
mm-hmm.
and it was with walking distance, so that probably made a big.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
Probably a big influence.
Okay.
Because I could just walk there and you can buy pizza by the slice, which you can't do here. Where I live.
No, definitely where you live. Yeah, I can imagine that. Being where you are, but even where I live, it's not a lot of places selling pizza by the slice. Like we have like a location of Joe's of Bleecker Street, by the Santa Monica Pier. So that's like technically supposed to be the same thing. I mean, it's not completely, but it's kind of close. So it's good. I like it, but I'm just saying it's not the same. You can't make it the same. This water is different and everything else.
Yeah.
So
well, I heard a rumor there was some place in LA that allegedly shipped in water from Brooklyn to make their pizza dough.
I heard it with the bagels, and I've tried it, and I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I've not heard them try that technique with the dough. So maybe I will look into that sometime. But would it be as good? I mean, it still doesn't mean it's going to be that great, but it could be.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Brooklyn water is different.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Brooklyn pizza
you pour your water and you let it sit for 5 minutes for it to turn from white to clear. I don't know what's in it.
Yeah, but it's great for pizza. Yeah. And Fitness Gal says, "Isn't that Grimaldi's? Don't they do that there?" That's a good question. So Grimaldi's, and this is not the Grimaldi's under the bridge. This is like a offshoot of it. That's also named Grimaldi's, like this chain that's operating in different parts of the Western United States. That is in the tradition of the old Grimaldi's, and I think they might do that. That's really cool. Aaron says, "All right, I had a fun time, but I got to head off to mod. Nice getting to know you, Tuba Yuba. Bye, everyone." Thank you, Aaron.
Okay.
Have a good
Aaron,
night.
I'll see you over at J&E in a while. You'll mod without me.
Yeah, for sure. Are they doing a show tonight? It's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's not their normal
Oh, interesting.
night.
Did not know. Aaron, have a good one. Enjoy your mod time. Hopefully that goes well for you. And same for you, Tuba. Hopefully that goes well as well. Well, I mean, in a moment.
I'm not leaving.
No, I was just going to say, like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm telling you to get off my show already. Like, no, not yet. We're not done. Thank you so much, Aaron, for your continued support of the Sandwich Show. Yeah, I guess that is Grimaldi's that does, like, their own, like, water, that they take the water from Brooklyn, or they make water that's similar to Brooklyn, and then they make the pizza. I like the Grimaldi's here. because it's at least in the neighborhood. So I like it a lot. I do think it's a good call. Yeah. All right, guys. Any more questions for us tonight? Hope it's. Let's see. Oh yeah, Fitness Gal says I remember them saying that once. Yeah, I believe you. I think, from what I tasted there, when I've been to one of those, they have them in Las Vegas. They have them in Arizona. So, it's interesting that they've attempted the brand out here in the West, but certainly there's still nuances that probably don't translate. But I think that they get close. I think so. That's interesting. Here's a good question. So as far as pizza, like I said,
Go ahead.
There's nothing that's going to compare to New York. I have all my New York friends say the same thing over and over to me when I say this. But what has been the most satisfying pizza for you here in Southern California, which means like all the way from like San Luis Obispo or Fresno down south to San Diego?
Well, the closest I've gotten to New York was a place near UCLA Medical Center. I can't remember the name of it.
I bet you it's LaMonica's.
It's a small little hole in the wall.
Yeah. I think it's LaMonica's because did it have a yellow sign?
It's been a while.
It's
been over a year.
Okay. And because they say that they take their dough and they fly it in from New York. So this is actually making the dough in New York City or New York area.
I don't think I think I've had it at LaMonica's too, because is that the place that has the subway signs all over?
Yeah. That's the place. Yeah, that's LaMonica's.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that.
Wasn't that one? Okay, something else. Okay.
No, because the dough they bring in, it's got like a pattern to it, which it reminds me of the like stuff the Boy Scouts used to sell when they sold pizza kits.
Yeah.
It was all right, but it wasn't New York.
Oh, okay. So there's an even better one. Okay.
Yes.
Well, if you find it,
it's right on. I guess at Westwood.
Okay. Oh, I want to know. That's kind of close. It's kind of close to where I am now. Like it's within 30 minutes, certainly. That'd be really interesting. Let us know. While we determine that, feel free to write a question for us. Write bang question followed by the question itself. You can see the command up on the corner of your screen, and we'll keep answering questions until we run out of questions. But we'll take a couple more right now if you've got them for us. This is exciting. I'm kind of curious about this. Pizza, Westwood Boulevard. Was it 800 degrees? It might have been. Because that was a Neapolitan
University of California.
Yeah. Because 800 degrees had their little 12-inch pizzas. They still do, I'm just saying. But I remember when they started, I remember how crispy the crust was.
Come on, it should be right here.
And then, and then there's another one. I'm trying to think as well. But, let's see. While we do that, I'm going to look at some other things. Yeah. This is looking pretty good. I remember this. Yeah. Chad, could you guys know where that might have been? Like, there's a pizzerias in the Westwood area. I mean, we mentioned LaMonica's already, so we've ruled them out. We've ruled out 800 degrees, I believe. And let us know.
It's on Westwood Boulevard.
Oh, wait a second. I think I got it. Is it... Come on. D'Amore. Is it D'Amore?
Might be.
Because they have the heart.
Organic.
And then... Because they have another one in Malibu, too. And I remember being at that one. There's also... I don't think it's Enzo's, because Enzo's wasn't really particularly memorable in terms of the crust. This is really big. I like it, but I'm just saying it's not really a New York style. So... That's all right. Don't worry about it. But anyway, you had one. It was close.
But now it's going to bug me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not consistent because whenever I go down to UCLA for doctor's appointment, I'll go there, and sometimes it's like really great, sometimes not so much.
Yeah. Gotcha. No, it's always a challenge. But look, I think the way you position it is, I think the challenge would be reversed if you're talking about a New Yorker trying to find Mexican food, which is abundant here in Southern California, but not as much over there. Though there are still certainly good spots, And burgers, actually, I was a little surprised. I thought the burger scene would be greater when I was in New York City, but I've been there in a while. I mean, the last trip I did, they were just about getting going with Shake Shack, which I think is good. I mean,
they're all right.
Exactly. Like, I feel like they're all right. I don't think it's worth how much you pay for it, but does it beat In-N-Out? I don't think so. I mean, does it beat the Habit?
And for what it's worth, In-N-Out. A good thing about In-N-Out is it's inexpensive.
Yes.
It's a good burger and it's inexpensive.
Yeah, absolutely. To this day, like, you can get a double and like a soda, and you're still under $7. Like, it's pretty good. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the biggest draw for me as well. So, people don't really factor that into the calculation. It's like, well, yeah, but Five Guys is like twice the price. Like, you have to pay like.
I like Five Guys French fries burgers.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's exactly where I am. The fries are awesome. The burgers are good, but I've had better. So that's kind of my feeling as well. All right, last call for questions. Got any questions for our friend Tuba Yuba? We've had some great participation from the chat tonight. I really want to thank all of you for sending them in. So no, okay, one more. No, Aaron. I mean, Swimmy, Fitness Gal, Ninja. Any of you? Okay. Oh, here we go. One from Bean Dealer. Okay, I have a question. Can you mail me a double? I haven't had one since 2001 when I left Vegas. I wish I could. I mean, I can. I don't know if it's gonna be any good, but I'd be happy. I'll do what I can. Like, I think it'd be really fun. Yeah, they're fun. It's a great place. Like, the fries stink. The one thing I would say is the fries stink.
Yes.
Yeah, they're bad.
Even if you get them well done or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
That doesn't really help.
No. I felt similar. I've done all sorts of stuff. I've done light fry. I've done heavy fry. I've done regular. It's just not happening with the fries over there. And then Bean says, I miss In-N-Out and I miss Del Taco. Yeah, we gave some love to Del Taco earlier in the show. Yeah. It's a good spot. And Tuba makes the point that I agree with. The fries are pretty good. The fries are good. And the burger's good too. So they have a lot going on there. All right, guys. At Del Taco, precisely. Yeah. The good point of clarification. So, Lisa likes 70s cheese. See you guys. I have to get back to work. Thank you so much for joining the show. A lot of fun. And thank you for bringing your friends along for the ride, Tuba. That was a lot of fun. This has been a lot of fun. Any final thoughts before we coordinate our raid tonight?
Nothing at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a good time. This is fun.
I did too.
There are certain people who I will now disown since they didn't show up.
I'll let you handle that. Look at the chants for Tuba. Tuba. Look at the chants from Swimmy. Love it. It's been a blast. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and take a moment. Let's see who we can raid tonight. Do you have any suggestions? Is there anyone you feel interested in raiding from here?
Let's see who of my friends are up. Let's see if we raid Justin and Evelyn, I'll have to start modding. So I don't want to do that.
Right. No, I just rated them last week anyway, so I think it's too soon to do that. So let me see. Oh, look,
your boy John Massey is noodling.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Well, let's go there. Let's go to John Massey. John Massey. You know what's so cool is, like, I see him, and when I see him there, I always notice that the last thing I saw him on Instagram, he's like doing a show. He did one of his shows in front of his pool. It looked really fun. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go John Massey Newtland. Looks like he's having a good time there. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much for doing this program with us. And Tuba, come back anytime. I love it. Thank you, Swimmy. Thank you, John, Phil.
Thanks, guys.
It's been a lot of fun.
Waving at that.
All right, here we go. Let's start the raid in just a moment. You guys are the best. We'll be back in a couple days. We're gonna play. We are going to play Cubert, and then I'll have some more fun for you and some announcements for you to start. Fitness Gal, thank you too. Thank you. It was a great show. Says Fitness Gal. I agree. It was a great show. I owe it to you.
Thanks.
You got it. All right, everybody. Take care. We now begin our raid. We will see you next time.